This Predator helmet is something that I went ahead and invested my own money in. I bought this helmet because I personally like it. I am a fan of dealing with companies that deal with us. So Predator was a company that was actually at eSkateCon. I seen them. I did not see TSG, and I also did not see New Older. So that kind of led me to be able to try on a helmet, speak to the people that represented the company, and I got to check out a couple different things. So with a couple of the other helmets, I feel like the edge of the helmet, the visor, and where the nose part at is actually too close to my face. It bugs me. With this Predator helmet, I have lots of room. And another thing to go over with these full face helmets, the lenses, the more curved they are, the harder it is to see. You can kind of see the distortion right here in full face helmets where the lens bends. And it's not the same as a street bike helmet. Now, if you put on these two, you would understand exactly what I mean. All right, we have very good looking fishbone. Just look at that, baby. Yeah, buddy. All right, so we have got on the New Older helmet next. This helmet, immediately, as soon as I put this helmet on, it's a little bit tighter than the Predator helmet, but my Predator helmet has different pads in it. So my Predator actually has the smaller pads in it, so it's a little bit of a looser fit. Now this New Older helmet, which is not mine, I'm using it for this review from Jacob. This is something that he purchased, so his head's a little bit different than mine. But initially, as soon as I put this helmet on, it's a good fit. It's not too tight, and it's also not too loose. The feeling inside of the helmet is not too claustrophobic. You've got room in between the lens, and you've got room in between the nose piece, and then you've also got a little bit of room in between the ears and where the side of the helmet are, which is nice. Kind of bugs me when my ears are being pushed up and kind of clogged. A lot of people like to run AirPods, and since they do that, if they wear a full face helmet, when you put the full face helmet on, it kind of messes your AirPods up. They end up falling out, and it's just a hassle. So I like the ear pocket of this helmet. I like the overall space, but my one gripe with this helmet is the visor. So as soon as I put this visor down, I get immediate distortion of my view. So what I mean by that is that because this helmet is got the rounded lens, immediately there is the distortion in the lens. Now, I'm not too sure if that's because I have maybe I got a fingerprint there or something. I'm pretty sure that that's not what it is, because when I move up I can still see it. So my only gripe about this helmet is it's extremely comfortable. It looks good, and not a lot of other people have this helmet, but the lens, it's a little when you move all the way up like this, I can see clear, and then when I move all the way down like this, I can see clear, but anything from here on down is distorted. And when I say distorted, it's not a bad distortion, but there's kind of, you can see that something is a little bit different. The New Older helmet is comfortable, looks cool. You can do a bunch of stuff to it when you order them, but you have to pay for more lenses. But it's kind of dope, dude. Kind of a nice helmet.
It's a public service announcement.
Ways to say something is boring. So,
Uninteresting? Dull? Mind-numbing?
Pause. All right, so there are a couple of features that I would like to go over with each and every helmet, and the main one is the chin strap. I feel like a chin strap is something that is extremely looked over when it comes to a helmet. Chin strap is actually mounted on. This is going to be underneath your chin. It's going to fit flush with it. If you have a massive gap between this and your chin, you're doing something wrong. Your helmet is not going to be able to protect your head the way that it's supposed to. Also, another great feature of Predator that I really like, but not all their helmets, but this helmet does it, has a amazing magnetic setup. All right, so as of right now, the TSG does not come with a magnetic strap. It comes with a double D. This is what's considered a double D strap. 1, 2 Ds. This goes through both of them, loops down and around, this one and under one, and tightens down. And the TSG has this little button here to attach that on there. Oh, there we go. Now, there we go. Now, no matter what you do, this helmet is not going to come off. So this is the new older helmet. Its chin strap comes with a very cool strap. Bam. So now that's not going nowhere. You can tighten it up right here. It is not magnetic, but it is also not the double D strap. It is as simple as pull this up, strap comes undone. It also has a cushion that goes underneath so that the chin strap and all the different layers of it do not sit there and rub on your chin. This is definitely one of the pros of the new older helmet. Here's your traditional Ruroc helmet, which, might I state, is not an e-skate helmet. This is a snowboard helmet. Chin strap, magnetic. So you can pull on it. Doesn't come undone. Slide it down to come out. This also has a very small cushion to put in between your chin and the strap, which, might I add, is really nothing, but something is better than nothing. There are also a couple other things to mention about. There's also one other major thing to speak about that, in my opinion, a lot of people don't consider a major, but it is something that is simple as this. Now, in order to change out the visor, you have to unscrew this, pop this out, remove the visor. So, in my opinion, I like to be able to swap my visor as easily as possible. So I don't want to have to require a different kind of tool to swap a visor. Now with this TSG, you can easily swap it with a flathead screwdriver or some X tool. I don't know, but if you don't have a flathead screwdriver, you're gonna have to go buy one. A new older helmet, almost the same exact design, but with a traditional flathead slit. So now, if you don't have a flathead, maybe you can do it with a penny. Maybe you can do it with a dime. Maybe you can do it with something else. I don't know, Predator helmet. This is another key feature that kind of showed me why I like this easily skipped over feature. So it literally requires 2 fingers, twist, and it comes right off. You don't need a screwdriver. You don't need a special tool. It is as easy as twist it off, replace your visor, twist it back on, tighten it up with your fingertips. So we have got the TSG helmet on now. Immediately, as soon as I put this thing on, fucking it's tight. Dude, I don't know if Mike has just got a small ass head. This is Mike's personal helmet. Did not buy this helmet. Pretty sure this is a large helmet, and this thing fits like a fucking medium, which is good. You want to have a tight helmet, that way it's not moving around and shit. It stays on when you're being thrashed off the pavement. So like that's a good thing, but I do not like how tight this thing is. Now I'm pretty sure that these TSG helmets come with different size pads. They also come with different visors, so you can get a clear visor or a tinted visor. Personally, I don't like wearing glasses and also a full face helmet with the visor. If I'm gonna rock the glasses, I'm gonna go ahead and take the visor off. But that doesn't look as good to me. I like the visor look. It's got a nice, clean, polished, finished look to it and everything. So I would like to leave the visor on. I've never really been a fan of them because of the way this thing fits, man. Like I do not like the way this feels on my head. I feel like it's like too high up, but then there's this very annoying mouth styrofoam thing that's bouncing off of my lip and my nose. So if you're gonna get a TSG helmet, go ahead and be prepared to deal with that. The helmet looks cool. It feels nice and tight. So maybe if you're gonna go ahead and get a TSG helmet, if you can get different size pads, then for sure run a size higher. The chin strap is nice. It's got a good guard on it, so it's not very annoying. The lens is perfect. There is no distortion at all in the lens whatever. So that is the pro for the TSG. Visor distortion is not a thing, so that's pretty nice. All right, so the fourth helmet for the ride and review test section part is the Ruroc. Now a lot of people wear these helmets in e-skate. They are snowboard helmets, so they kind of translate over to e-skate, but I mean kind of not really. So now this Ruroc helmet was one of the first full face helmets that I ever wore, and I always thought it was really cool because it's got a cool design, but something bugged me about it, and it was number one, this mask part. Can't put the helmet on without the mask part. Number two, I have a restriction of my peripherals. So these Rurocs actually come with goggles. They're snowboard goggles, so when you rock the goggle, you lose a lot of e-skate sensitive vision. Now when you're e-skating, and especially when you're racing, you want to have your peripherals. You want to be able to see what is over there or see what is over there without having to turn your head. Your peripheral vision is a very important thing in e-skate. And this helmet also, it has ear holes, but they're in a weird spot. It is behind my ear. So hearing things is different. Hearing the board is different. Hearing traffic is different. Everything is a little bit different when you're hearing it, which isn't a bad thing. You can most definitely get used to it. But it's something that kind of bugged me. So vision, number one. Hearing, number two, and number three, just the way that the helmet went together also really bugged me. I do not like wearing this helmet with the goggles it comes with, so I wear glasses, and the glasses fit weird inside of the helmet after about, well, for me personally, in my opinion, every 10 or 15 minutes I'm constantly adjusting the glasses inside of my helmet. It also looks cooler than a TSG in my opinion. Dope ass paint jobs, but just not the best customer service, not the best company. There's a lot of things that make the Ruroc the number 5 out of these 5. All right, so the last and final helmet that we're going to go over is the 1000 helmet. This is a half shell helmet. This pretty much goes over any of the half shell helmets. Now if you go and get a half shell helmet, it's probably not going to be rated for what this thing is rated at. This is a real helmet. It'll take a fall up to 20-25 miles an hour, and you'll probably be all right as long as you land on this part of your helmet. If you land on this part of your face, you're probably not going to be doing very good, and you never really know where you're going to land, so it's probably better to just rock a full face helmet. Personally, I rock a half shell helmet more than I rock a full face helmet, but I have a feeling that that might change because I'm really falling in love with my new full face helmet. I like the way it feels, I like the way it looks. It's just a nicer helmet. The half shell helmet from 1000 looks all right. It kind of reminds me of a jockey helmet, but it's not bad. It's going to be an all right helmet. It's going to look fashionable if that's what you're into, and it's going to protect your head better than no helmet is going to protect your head, and that's really what I like to see. In my personal opinion, my favorite helmet to ride with and to race with, the one that I think is going to suit me the best, and the one that I think is going to be the safest, is going to be the Predator helmet. Now this Predator helmet went ahead and checked off a lot of the boxes. I feel safe, I can hear, and I can see. The second helmet, in my opinion, best for e-skating in 2024 is going to be the new older helmet. This helmet weighs a little bit more than the Predator helmet. You can for sure feel it as soon as you pick it up. But this thing is extremely nice. The only con that I have to this helmet is that as soon as you go on the website, you cannot just order a black helmet. You can't just order a red helmet. You can't just order a pink helmet if you're a girl. You have to design the entire helmet from the second that you get on the website to the second that you press checkout. Now I know when Jacob bought this helmet, he didn't buy a silver and green helmet. He ended up having to go onto the website and he had to design this helmet. Now, that's kind of dope. It's nice. It's going to create you a one-off helmet that not a bunch of other people have. And last but not least, if you guys can look into the background, there are a couple Rurocks that are up there. We'll go ahead and grab a different one from the one that we reviewed because why not? So, the Rurock ended up in last place for me. I personally am not a fan of the way that this helmet has to be put on. In order to put this helmet on, you have to, well, I had to, but I also have a big ass head. I had to remove the chin strap, which is not that easy if you already have the helmet on. But if you're sitting here holding this helmet like this, the chin strap is something that's very easy. But this is something, it's not called a chin strap. What is this fucking called? The chin protector, your frontal face protector thingamabobber has got to be clicked in and clicked out if you want to put on the helmet or if you want to remove the helmet. It's kind of nice. It's cool. It's going to take you a little bit to get used to it. Personally, I do not like this feature of the Rurock. So the $1 million question is this. James, which helmet do you suggest that I buy? Personally, a lot of people wear the TSGs. It's going to have to be the Predator DH6-XE. I needed this because I got more lenses. I also needed this because I got more pads, but I also needed this because I got to meet the people of Predator at eSkateCon, which for me is a big deal. Well guys, I super appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you stick around for the next video. This is, in my opinion, the best helmets you can buy for 2024 for an electric skateboard, the Predator.